What's up, guys? Who's here? What are we doing? Can you hear me? What's going on? Oops, I hate that I just did that. That wasn't smart. That's exactly what I didn't need to do. There we go. All right, let's turn on some lighting. What's up, Paula? What you doing? Hey, Judy. What's going on out there in the world? Ooh, it's time for me to redo this tape. I hate for it to look like that while I am working, but it'll be fine. I'll redo it later. Okay. Hi, Lenore. Judy, I don't even want to, you just said the T word. Judy, you came in here about business. Oh my goodness. Judy, I don't even want to talk about what I still need to do for my taxes. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take care of it. Oh, thunder. Well, no, I don't wish it was raining. If I were staying home, I've got my guild meeting tonight. And so I don't want it to truly be thundering. But I like the thunder when I'm staying home. It makes me happy. Judy, I've been like doing a little bit here and there, but not like really doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm a little bit embarrassed by it. A little bit, because it's bad. It's kind of bad. But I swear I'll get it done soon enough. What's going on in pop culture? What's going on? What's new? Anybody doing anything amazing? Anybody see any patterns that are just knocking their socks off? You guys, there is a pattern that I want to do so bad. Oh, Oklahoma, nice. Um, there's a pattern that I want to do so bad, guys, so bad. It's a block of the month, and sometimes I want to do blocks of the month, but I don't know that I've ever really like jumped in. But you guys, this time I'm in. I picked out the fabrics and everything. I don't know that I'm going to do it in a block of the month style, but I'm going to do it. It's by, who is it by? So Kind of Wonderful. I am obsessed with some of their stuff. Um, they've got those the rulers that do those funky curves. And I definitely want in on that pattern. I just can't. I just kept going back and back and back. And I'm like, my goodness, girl, just commit, like relax. Every 5 minutes I would go back and look at the pattern like a crazy person. So I was like, it's okay. You can like it. You can want to do it, even though you have a gazillion other projects going on. It's called Felicity Florals, I think. It's so pretty. Couldn't stop thinking about it. So I picked out the fabrics yesterday. I found them all on Etsy. And I wanted to support a local quilt store because you guys know how I feel about that. And what's the problem with that, you say? None of my local quilt stores carry the fabric brand that I want to use to do this, which makes me so sad. Judy, you know what? Hancock actually has some of the fabric that I wanted for this, but I'm not near Hancock. But a lot of the fabric on their website says it's coming in, and I want it now. It says it's on order. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know that that means it's on order, but when does it show up? So I'm like, nah, which is fine. I mean, Etsy sellers are small shops too, usually. It's just, I try to do a local quilt shop first. But they're still small quilt shops. But I'm getting ready to get on my soapbox and tell you guys again that these companies have got to start letting us buy swatch cards. When a line releases, I would love to be able to just buy the swatch card. That way, I'm not chasing fabric and hoping and wishing that the color on my computer is close to what I need. It's really annoying. It is so annoying. I need to be able to see the colors in person so that I can match up my stuff. All this hoping and wishing and guessing it's driving me insane. Swatch cards are the best kept idea ever. They are. I stand by it. Oh, Paducah. So, fun fact, I'll be in Paducah in a couple weeks. I'll be in Illinois. What? I'll be in Kentucky. Can you guys believe it? I need to start researching and trying to figure out how I'm going to do what I want to do in a small amount of time. It's the second largest quilt show, and I want to hit it, but like I didn't stay long enough. I don't know that I've stayed long enough, but I did what I could with the time that I have. So we shall see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But again, when somebody drops a line of fabric, Tula, Tim, Heidi, whoever, I wish the companies would have swatch cards that were available. I might not want everything right now. I might want to chase something later. I think it's just beneficial for everybody. It's something else that they can sell. It's something else that we can play with or deconstruct or do whatever with. But I especially your solids. Now I know some companies have swatch cards of their solids. I have some sitting right here next to me. I have Kona, Michael Miller, but those weren't easy for me to get. I had to go and try to haggle with store owners who could get me a copy. They weren't easy. I mean, I think Moda sells Fat Quarter Shop. I think Fat Quarter Shop sells some, but even still, it just wasn't easy to get. Oh, nice, Judy. If you do, Judy, stop on through to the show. You know it's a big one. And I hear that they have all kinds of pop-up shops and things that happen around that time also. So check it out. I am just hitting a fat quarter with a little heat so I can keep cutting it. I only have a few more to cut before I can start piecing. Oh, you're going up to care for your mom? That's nice. That is very, very nice. You know, I don't know that I use fat quarters super often, but I tell you, this is one of the wonkiest cut fat quarters I have ever seen. I think I just assumed that they would be cut to perfection and all that. And I want to say fat quarters are what, 18 by 22? And this has got a little selvage in it. I'm assuming that it's a full 22, but I'm just saying, this guy is cut a little wonky. A little bit. Not so bad that it is going to impede what I'm doing. So I guess I could just shut up about it, but it looks a little different than I expected. I have a fat quarter bundle. I have two fat quarter bundles over here for the second to the newest 3-yard quilt books to use. All right, let's see what we got here. Anything else going on out there? Anybody else doing anything super awesome? Any shows going on? Any guild stuff? I have really got to try that that spray adhesive that goes on the back of rulers. I've got some here, but I haven't tested it yet. And I want to test them on rulers that I don't use super duper often in case it goes badly. And I think I got 3 different sprays to try. I guess I should just do it all on a video, right? So I can tell you how to make your rulers non-slip, the best one. Yeah, I think I did buy it. I think I bought 3. Did I buy 3? I don't know if I bought 3. Maybe. Maybe. Almost there. 2 more to go. Again, I'm not doing anything interesting. I am just going to do a little paper piecing. Actually, it's a lot of paper piecing. But not a big deal. So I was watching Tula Pink the other day, big surprise, right? And she had a fairy dust. Is it called fairy dust? Fairy flakes fabric out. And it's one that I have never seen before, which makes me wonder, is it out? Is it coming out? Is it going to be a 108 back? It's the rainbow one. It was white and it was in a large size. And I don't remember that being out already. I got to check because I'd never seen it before. I should check the comments on that video to see if anybody else has seen it before either, because I was quite shocked. And if it does exist, I want it. I want it right now. All right. Oh, let's see here. Best thing ever about the paper piecing design that I'm doing is that they were kind enough to include the size of the piece that you should cut the piece at. I guess they gave you the dimensions to cut the pieces. And a lot of patterns will just say get, around 3 yards of fabric and kind of make it work, which totally sucks. So if you are new to paper piecing, this could actually be really cool for you. It could be enjoyable. Because I do not love when they just say, hey, it's 2 yards of fabric. Should give you enough yardage to make this project. That is not what I would consider helpful at all. You guys are super quiet out there. Are you just watching me work? Or are you guys working too? Yeah. Judy, say you watching me work? As I'm listening to the sounds of what's happening, it is kind of got a ASMR kind of vibe to it. All the quilting noises. All right. One more. We have a guest speaker tonight at our guild meeting, and her name is Christy Narongho, and she is doing the technique of that scrappy applique. She's the one with the cityscapes and actually the technique is somebody else's, but she's a certified instructor for that technique. And it's a technique that I'm not super duper familiar with. It's not Laura Heine, but it's another person who's pretty famous for what their animal shapes, I think. I know we talked about this on the last one, but she had to cancel her original date. And so now she'll be there tonight. And I'm actually quite intrigued to see what she talks about, to see what this technique looks like. when I look at these fabrics, when I thought of Dragon's Breath, which this is a Tula Pink rainbow here, when I thought of Dragon's Breath originally, I used to think that it was super duper bright and rich. And these colors are saturated, but at the same time, they kind of have a dull, they kind of feel not dull in a bad way. I guess that's not a great word, but they're not as, it's not punching me quite in the same way. When you see them all together, it's a punch. But to see them separated like this, you could put this in a quilt that some would consider very sophisticated and it wouldn't seem like an out of place fabric. This is a beautiful olive. A beautiful olive. Like looking at this color by itself, it's a strange kind of a green. But it's, it is what it is. I thought this was going to be a very bright kind of rainbow, but it's not. It's a little more subdued. Do I have 3 rulers out? I do. Is it necessary? No. But how can I tell you guys what notions I love if I'm not using all the notions that I purchased? Might as well use the stuff I bought it, right? Yeah, muted. That's a much better word. Muted. There we go. So much better. Dull was not what I was going for. That was not. It's not what I wanted. Muted. Yes. All right. Let's get cracking on this block. Oh, I need the pieces for the block. What block is that? Block number 3? I don't think I cut them out. I did not cut them out. I wonder if I could reach this other ruler that I really want without knocking over everything we have going on. Maybe I should just let that dream go. Okay, we're looking for block 3. Six sheets of paper and a dull blade. My Band-Aid does not want to behave. Where is the other part of the B. Anybody have any questions or anything while I'm over here making my blocks a little more manageable? Okay, she is ready. So for this, we have an A block and a B block. Now, when I did this, when I did the other one, I wasn't paying attention, and I made two A's in the same colorway, and that's not going to work. So let's just go on ahead and assign a color to every shape, so that way we don't even have to think about it to everyone. So let's go. This is going to be A. We're going to take you. Let's think about this. A is going to be this way, so then it's going to be B. Okay. All right, we're okay. We just have to make sure that they are opposites. And we'll just attach all these guys together. So that's an A. This is going to be a B. Linda. What you doing? You popping in? Let it be. Okay, this is gonna be an A. Fort Worth, Texas. What's going on in Texas? I'm debating whether or not I am going to go to the big convention in Texas this year. I don't know. I just don't know. Anybody else going to the Texas show this year? What's it called? The Quilt Festival, Quilt Show, Quilt Market? No, Quilt Festival, I think. Just seems right. That's a really cute name. I like it. I bet when you guys logged on to hang out with me, nobody thought they were going to be watching me stack colors on top of one another, huh? Leave it to me. Boy, this is a pretty color. It is a rich, vibrant. It reminds me of this color called Lady Danger lipstick by MAC, which was my favorite color to wear when I was in my late 20s. Oh my goodness. I loved it because nobody ever knew if I had on an orange lipstick or a red lipstick. It was always a topic of conversation. Is it orange or is it red? And it sits right in the center. I wonder if they still have that color. I would rock it. I'd wear a little Lady Danger still. My favorite lipstick. I liked Ruby Woo too, which was just a straight up vibrant red, but Oh my stars. Why do I know that? I feel like I know that pattern. Oh my stars. What pattern is that? I know that pattern. I feel like I do. It sounds very, very familiar. All right. Let's get to getting. All right, guys, let's get cracking on this. I did one. I'm doing 4 pillows, and I did one, and it is only 2 colors in addition to the light, the medium, and the dark. So I did that one and it was an easier one, just to kind of get the lay of the land, figure out if there's anything about this pattern that I need to know. And yes, I did need to figure out that there are A's and B's, and that makes a big difference, especially if there's 2 colors and you're trying to go every other color. Like, come on, girl, get your life together. But I only messed up one, so that made me happy. And I caught that after that. But then I jumped over to this one, which is the most difficult one that I've chosen. And difficult, all I mean is that there are, one, a lot of angles, and two, this has the most pieces of all of the patterns that I've chosen out of this book. And so the way I work on projects is usually the most difficult one first, usually, on most occasions. I should just go get another Band-Aid. Linda, I like all types of sewing too. You never know what I'll be doing. I'm betting Texas has some good shops. I'm just assuming that, I bet they have lovely shops. See you later, Paula. Thanks for hanging out with me. Okay. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anybody paper piece the way that I do, but I when it's this easy in the sense that they've told you what piece goes where, I just lay it out and then I just start pulling. And that way you know which one is kind of which and whatnot. And it just makes life a little easier. When you do as many quilts as I do, anything that makes your life a little easier, I say we go for it. All right, we've got our piece 1 here. Right sides together. And the sizes that they cut are generous. Not so generous that you feel like, oh my goodness, I can't throw that piece away, but generous enough for you not to miss an angle. Like, we do not want you missing. You know what? Is Fabric Cafe, is it open to the public? I didn't even know you could do that. Nobody's invited me. Seems like they should be though, huh? I wonder. Somebody's probably looking at this thinking, that girl, it's crazy. But I'm telling you, the more organized you are, and watching somebody else sew, sometimes you'll get ideas about how you want to approach your next project, which is one of the reasons why I talk everything out on camera. Because I find that when people are talking it out, or I'm watching somebody do something that I've never done before, it just gives me all these ideas. Tons and tons of ideas. Huh, that's very log cabin-esque. How nice. Yeah, call before you go. Just because maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm throwing down glue in that corner because there's nothing else to piece, and we don't want this piece just flapping away in the wind. And we're going to grab number 7. This is the most quiet that I think we've ever been together on a live. But as you can see, I'm over here cooking right now. So charge it to my, I just kind of wanted some company, which I am happy to have, but don't be mad at me for not talking your ears off today. This is, I waited till I did the hardest one. Like yesterday's was so easy. It was just a little doop. I think it had like 8 pieces. This one here has 13. And we've got 12 pieces to do before it's complete, which there is no way in the world that I will finish. 10 is late. It's funny, out of all the design, this is going to be one piece with no design on it whatsoever because it's going to get caught in that seam allowance. Actually, it's going to get trimmed off, but that's okay. Not a big deal. I'll put you right there. What's up, Bessie? How you doing today? This is a kind of a quiet chat, not for any reason other than the fact that I'm just not keeping it going. What's up, Teresa? Ooh, Stitch in Heaven. That sounds good. Bessie, you know what? I have seen some amazing paper piecing. Amazing stuff. People can really do some things. I have done, let's see, I've done a few. The biggest one that I think I've done was, I think the cocoa one was the largest one that I did, I think. And that was like a 60 by 80. That was no joke. And then I cut away like 60% of it. It's funny. I really did. You're probably saying, now, why did you cut it away? But that was the design that I was going for. And you guys know me, when I get a design in my head, it's just in there. I got to go with it. So I did. But honestly, it's not a super difficult technique if I'm being 100% honest. It's just depending upon, it's just time consuming. It takes some time to do it, but like everything else, depending upon how intricate it is, some take up more time than others. Hey, no. And this is the world's worst paper to paper piece with. This is really nice copy paper. And this should have been foundation paper or cheapy copy paper. I went to Staples and had my copies made, and it was just, oh, legit quilts. My favorite foundation piecing company ever. Favorite, hands down. I want to do the Buck. I want to do the Nefertiti. Is it like Nefertiti or what is that thing? It's a tomb or something, Egyptian looking. And then there's another one, the Buck, the tomb. And that skull. I just don't know when it's going to happen. And those kits are so expensive, but they are the best kits. The only thing I wish, because I've always got I wish, is that they let you piece on larger sheets. So there's this company I did with the cocoa. I was able to send the pattern over to like people who do patterns for dressmakers, and they come on really large sheets of paper, and then you can just cut it apart. With legit quits, you are working with the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, period. And I guess there's benefits to that too, but bigger sheets of paper mean bigger pieces, but I sure enjoyed working on that bigger sheet of paper, I'll tell you. Oh, we made it to number 13. What? We finished one, guys. I wish I had an applause here. What's going on? I am live. I'm in here just to run in my mouth. Just to run in my mouth about nothing. All right. What a pretty block. All this black, I tell you. All right. That looks cool. So this is what? This is, I'm assuming, an A piece. Wrong. This is a B. I guess I started with B. Whatever. And then I think this is going to go this way. A. It is. Okay. First one done. That's exciting. How long did that take me? 45 minutes to do one? See you later, Linda. Oh, it's what I'm doing here. I am sewing fabric onto this piece of paper. And then I will sew the pieces of paper together and then rip out all the paper. And that's paper piecing. Why would one do paper piecing? It lets you supposedly be a little bit more accurate with the way the points and stuff, the way that things come together, if you do it right. So you take a piece of paper, usually a cheap piece of paper, you print out the pattern, and it's basically sew by numbers. It tells me what goes where and what color and all of that. And then you just sew between the 1 and the 2 or the 1 and the 3, and you just kind of go in order. And then you'll have a piece, then you trim it down. Like, this doesn't look clean, it looks crazy. But then after I finish putting all the pieces together, you trim it down on the furthest line, and then you sew those pieces together. And then when everything is sewn together, you go on ahead and rip out the paper. There's some piecing, they call it like foundation piecing, where you can leave in the foundation. But the first thing I do is I look at the lines and I just fold everything over. And this would be so much easier if I was using a cheap piece of paper. Listen to this paper. You can hear the thickness. Did I just use some fabric glue to glue my Band-Aid down? I did. I really did. It's fabric, right? Well, this one is. It feels right. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Did I get everything? It looks like I did. All right, let's get cooking. Newspaper works way better. Yeah, that's a great one to use. Like a super good one. They have like newspaper print because it's soft. You want something that is softer. Ouch. You want something that is softer to work with. and easy to fold and easy to see your crease lines. Like here, I'm like, where did I crease what? Did I do it right? Yeah, they have great stuff that is specific to this. So I just put down my first color, which should be right sides facing you. So you want to see the pretty side. This is a solid, so you get what you get, but pretty side out. And I just put a little glue on there. It looked like a lot of glue, but that glue does not work well, so on purpose. I'm folding it back, exposing the excess. Then I'm going to cut away, leaving a 1/4 inch. This is a special ruler called an add a quarter ruler, and it leaves just a 1/4 inch showing. Then I'm going to grab fabric number 2, which they've already told me what it is. And I'm going to place it right here, a 1/4 inch from there. And I can tell because I folded everything that the next shape goes between here and here. So I just went ahead and centered it. And now I'm going to sew it. There are some where you sew right next to the paper, so that way you never have to, and I think you do that with the iron and freezer paper, but so many different ways of doing things. So they would have just taken that and then they would iron it down and then move on to the next one if they were doing the freezer paper method. And then after that, I just give it a little roll just to kind of make sure it stays in place to train it. And now I'm going to do the other side because that's where number 3 is. Fold it back on the line number 3. Use my add a quarter ruler with the 1/4 inch lip. Butt it up against that paper. Cut away. We're going to use the same size for this other side. Right side's facing up. Place this down. I've got it centered. And I'm just going to sew it. I'm going to open up the paper. Some people will pin this in place to make sure that it's in the right spot. And I've sewn on the line. I've gone a little over. Not worried about that. Flip it over. Now I'm going to pull it back till it meets that seam. And we're just going to roll and roll and roll and make sure it's nice and flat. And now we're going to find number 4 right there. I'm going to fold it back. I'm just going to push these down, put the ruler on, and cut away the excess. What number are we on? 4? We're on number 4. And 4 takes a 1.5 by 4 inch dark piece. 4 and 5 will take the same size, just like 1, 2, and 3 did. So I'm going to look to see where 4 is, and I see that it's right there. So we're just going to line it up. Now, I can see that this is shape 4 right here. It goes down in here. What I'm going to do is put the fabric just a little past there, and I know that if the fabric can be seen on the other side when the paper is this direction, I know that I'm not going to miss an angle. That's the whole trick to foundation piecing. A lot of people will use a light. This paper is so thick that a light is not going to do much for me. I can hold it up to the light and see a little bit, but this one here, the paper is just so thick, you kind of got to know that you know that you know. But a light box would help if you had the proper paper, and you'd be able to see it. All right. And there we have 4. And we'll just and we'll do 5. Okay. And we see that actually looks really good. That's covering everything. I don't know what I was doing last night. I kept putting them in backwards. So I had the seam rip one multiple times. I don't know where my mind was. But it happens. I know this looks like it's not right, but trust me, that's covering the piece that it needs to. So that's 4, 5. We got to do number 6 now. So for anybody who's just now popping in, behind me, I have the other colors. And so every time I use a color, I replace that size with the proper size. So getting rid of this size, but I'm going to replace it with that there. And that way I just stay organized. This is in the order that I need to use them. Just makes things a little easier. I wonder if they meant this to be used this direction, because that's way more fabric. Yeah, this is better. Okay. Oh, now the glue is sticking to the... There we go. And I'm just putting a little glue just to keep it from flapping around. So that's 6. This is number 7 right here. Boy, this is pretty. These colors on it by themselves really are quite pretty. You guys are so quiet that it's freaking me out there. Is it freaking you guys out that I'm being quiet? Because I'm not known for that. I'm not known for being quiet exactly. Did you guys watch my latest video with the 3-yard quilt and the crazy, crazy, crazy color combo? I'm debating whether or not I'm going to take it to the guild meeting tonight and show it for show and tell. I don't know that they will love it because my guild is truly a modern guild, like super modern, and I don't know if they would feel like that was modern enough. Although I don't know that you can get more daring of a color combo. And what's up, Alicia? Did I say that right? Is it Alicia or Alicia? Teresa, you saw it and you loved it? Well, thanks. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I think it's the weirdest thing ever. But the more I stare at it, you guys, the more it gives me just the giddy feels. The prints, show it. You know what I should, my whole goal is to inspire people to try stuff different and to show people, that you can have an edgier design and it can still work. So maybe I should. I think I will. Alicia, perfect. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I will. Did I just do 9? I did just do 9. 10 is the light. I might inspire somebody at that guild meeting. And plus, they've met me before. They know my crazy. They totally, they know my crazy. I have another one I want to show too, which would be the one that I did before that, the Ida Jean on point, which is funny because that's really not modern, but the fabrics make it modern in my opinion. Those Tula pinks, can you get more modern than a Tula pink Marie Antoinette, like ships in the hair? I think not. go. You're waiting to see if it'll show up on one of the Fabric Cafe videos? No, it ain't gonna show up on one of those. I don't think they're gonna hit that one. I think one of the reasons why they allow me to do their stuff is because I do stuff that they totally would not do. Teresa, you know what? They probably will. I don't know. Everybody's definition of modern is so different. And I used to, when I first got in the guild, I think I was wearing the president out because I would just be showing whatever it was that I was doing. And some of it might not have been modern, but I was just happy to find a group of people who did what I do. And so I was just going for it. And he used to be like, now, how is that modern? Which is the funniest question ever. And I love him to death because he's always messing with me. But, I probably need to join a more traditional guild because a lot of what I do is probably more contemporary than truly modern, or what people define modern as. Maybe I could be wrong. Bessie, I know that's what I'm telling them. Say the book says it's modern, therefore it is modern. So miss me with anything else. You know what? And I think the shapes, those elongated rectangles, should keep it safe too. I think. But I just don't want to. I try to be cognizant of everything. I'm already the crazy girl who always has something to show every week. But they know I have a channel, so I produce. I'm a producer of the things. But I don't want to get on anybody's nerves with stuff. Haha. Shannon, you did a quilter. Okay, Shannon. So you're welcome. But now I want you to go to the Quilter Select video and be like, she's not crazy. That's what I need for anybody who buys a notion that I suggest. Just go back to the video and be like, you're not crazy. I bought it. You're right. Because Quilter Select, if you guys aren't on the Quilter Select, you guys are missing out. They are amazing. How good. I know, Shannon, right? It's like I rave about stuff, and I rave about the most random stuff. We have all these rulers. We have all these notions. And everybody's like, these things are so good. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody's an influencer. So I'm just like, trust me. Like if I say something is amazing, I just want people to believe me. All it's going to do is make your quilty life better. That's all I'm going to do is try to make your quilty life better. It's the most, I know, it's random. I find the most random stuff, but you guys can see I don't do anything but quilt all day. So the chances of me knowing that something is good, I'm just going to tell you guys. I swear. I promise. I might not know all the quilting things, but when it comes to notions, I mean, all I do is buy the things and then use them to death. Quilter Select hit different. I ran into some lovely women at Eleanor Burns' shop, and they were in a class, and I popped my head in so I could be nosy and see what I could see. And I told them, and a lady was like, "Are you saying that because you get a commission?" I'm like, no, I mean, I will if you buy off my site. I was like, but I'm really just trying to change your quilty life. So I swear. And they were like, okay, we'll try it. I hope they tried it because I know I'm not wrong about my claims about Quilter Select rulers. I'm not wrong. One woman told me I wasn't wrong, but she still didn't like them. And I've got nothing but respect for her because she was like, I like to nudge rulers a little bit, and you can't nudge a Quilter Select. She was like, you're right. When it's stuck down there, it's stuck down there. And I was like, I love that. Something for everybody. So she's probably more of a creative grids lover. I'm not sewing, am I? I am sewing. Betsy, you can join ours. We're going virtual now. So then you could still have a quilt meeting vibe. And you could do show and tell if you want to from the house. I like that some of the guilds are starting to do that. Oh, thanks, Alicia. Like, that makes me feel so good. I love hanging out with you guys. All right. This looks good. So this would go this way, I think. I don't know. Okay. And we just got confused. This is an A, which points to the left. And this is a B, which points to the right. And they will come together like that once I clean it all up. Wow, we did two. So each one is me about. We can do another, I can do another hour before I need to get out of here. Hey, Becky, you said you're off and on. No worries. Chase the baby. 2-year-old. Oh, I know that's a lot of fun. What are we doing now? Block B? What did we just do? Block A? Feels wrong. It must be a B because the next one is an A. All right, let's see here. So while I was at Staples, I don't know how, but it got tricky and it jumped to having color copies. And I'm like, what? How can it even be in color? All the patterns are in black and white. Somehow it did some kind of blue ink. And then I want to say they charged me like $1 a thing. Oh my gosh, it was something insane. So photocopies at Staples are expensive. I thought it was going to be like 10 cents a page. I think we're at black and white. I think we're at like 25, 30 cents a page. And of course I have a printer here. And I was like, I don't want to. I wish I had a. I don't have one of those printers that will allow you to have refillable ink, that's just kind of on a billing cycle, because it sucks up so much ink and they know that would not be smart for them. So when I do big print jobs, I'll usually take it to Staples and have them do it for me. And then me and the Staples copy people can talk about what foundation piecing is and what on earth it is that I'm doing. Because I'm always like, can you print this out? And then I have to measure it. They usually have that 1-inch square for your patterns and stuff. I'm always printing out a pattern. This paper is so thick. African Angels. Oh, nice. Ooh, 120 blocks. My goodness. My. That sounds like no joke. You got it, though. 120 blocks. You can do it. I've never done it, but I'm betting you can do it. I don't know what I would do with 120 blocks. I guess I've done 100 blocks, in 100 days, which was absolute insanity. That project would have been more pleasant if the color story was not, if I wasn't pulling from characters. That color story is what made that rough. The color story and trying to stick to 100 blocks in 100 days, absolute insanity. But that's also where I learned how to foundation piece pretty good too, because after you do 100 or something, you kind of get the hang of it. You know what? I want to see it too. 120 African Angels. It sounds like a serious quilt. It sounds like the kind of quilt that should be hanging in a show. Are any of you guys show quilters on here? Anybody hang or submit to shows? Not yet. I think about it. Teresa, do you think about what would you want to enter? Like, what category would you want to enter in? Long Beach had a call for a not division, a category called color. And my girlfriend was like, you should totally just see what you can do with color. Like, yeah, I could probably come up with a good color combo, but it also has to be an interesting composition too. Like, I can't just throw colors in a 4-patch and be like, bam, how you like me now? They're gonna think I'm crazy. And I didn't have anything in mind that I thought was like, you know, show worthy kind of blocks or anything like that. I just couldn't think of anything. Haven't come across anything. Oh, okay. So 3 different colors. Physical therapy. Okay. Oh, contemporary thread painting. I bet that's nice. You guys forgot to tell me to put the color down, so I didn't get confused. This is, did you guys know that I stand while I'm sewing? Did you guys know I'm standing right now? And I have uh my special Crocs on that I can stand in for a really, really, really long amount of time. They're not the regular Crocs. They're ones with a little bit of I don't even know what I don't know. They are not the cute ones. They're not, but I can stand on this floor for a long amount of time in these Crocs. It's really weird. The other ones, I cannot. Tennis shoes, I cannot. Barefoot, no thank you. And I even have like the gel mats but I don't use them. The gel mats plus the shoe doesn't work. But the gel mat by itself with tennis shoes or I'm not one of those people who takes their shoes off really, so like barefoot, especially in my sewing room, because I just feel like I have missed a pin in here somewhere. But yeah. Am I using a foot pedal? Yeah. Yep. Which is why in my video about why I bought a sewing machine or whatever, I talk about the kind of foot pedal that I use. I think that foot pedals are so important to consider how you sew when you're buying your machine. Janome has a foot pedal that starts on the ground and slopes up, and it's huge. Juki has a short one that if you hit your heel, it cuts the thread. And because I'm a big girl, every time I put my foot on that sucker wants to cut the thread, which is not helpful. So I like the ones where I can put my heel on the ground and my foot is not hovering above the pedal. I don't like that at all. I do not like the Juki pedal at all. But that's because of the way that I sew. No, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, Alicia, a lot of people put the iron across the room so that they have to walk. My iron is literally touching my butt right now. It's right behind me, so there's no walking, but I stand the entire time, which is probably all the exercise I really get. If I sat while I sewed, oh my goodness, I'd probably be triple the size I am. You know what? I believe you can. I think they have a bumper that you can put on there to stop it from doing that. And my M7 actually has a clip the thread feature, but it's off to the right, which I like too. It's a small pedal off to the right, so you have to take your foot off of that one and go put it on the other one, which I like. I love my sewing machines, guys. I really can't say enough good things about them. And I am not an affiliate of theirs. I'm just somebody who knows a cool machine or knows a machine that I like for what I do, I should say, because all of them are cool. A lot of them have all kinds of cool features, like that icon. The Thoth has a pretty cool machine, but for me, I really love what I have. I actually called my dealer the other day and said, hey, make me an offer. on another HD9. She's like, what? Make me an offer. Oh, I'm still on all. I'm not on near the line. I was like, make me an offer. And so she's like, what are you talking about? I said, I need another machine. And you guys, I really do think I am gonna buy another machine. I should be embarrassed, but I think I am. And the reason why is I love my setup that I have. I absolutely love it. I adore it. And when I've got these friends who we have these sew days that we do at least once a month. There's nothing worse than packing for one of those. It's like, oh, what project am I going to do? Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. I got to bring all this stuff. I got to unpack it. I've got to move it. It's not fun. I don't enjoy moving the things. I don't enjoy repacking my sewing pad and all of that. I just need a duplicate setup. I need one that I can go and move quickly with. Also, I'm doing some traveling this year where I'm actually going to be flying my machine across the country. And I don't want to move this machine. You know, one machine can get all jostled and whatnot, but I don't want my main machine being tossed and thrown. And I'm going to show you guys how I pack it and stuff. And I'm going to do a good job of trying to make sure it doesn't get destroyed. But one machine can be turned upside down. I don't need my good machine, my all-purpose machine to be getting that kind of treatment. You know? So I want another machine. Now, I'm starting to get a little cocky, guys. And I know this is going to sound terrible, but if you look at my video for Genomi's, for the machines, I have a couple of them out, and they've done really well. And I think they've done really well because people wanted to know and why I bought the machine and some of the features and all that kind of stuff. I have sold so many of those machines, guys. There are people who have bought them from my dealers specifically. There are people who've bought them from their people. The people at Genomi even have heard of me. They're like, oh yeah, we hear about you and your video, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Can you send me another one? I know that sounds so bad, but I would love it if they were to send me a duplicate. And it's not like I'm asking for the biggest, baddest. I'm not asking for the M17. I just want another HD9. I want the black one. And so I would love it if they would just send me one. I feel like I've earned it, guys. I know that sounds so bad. I've earned it. I'm going to buy it. It just would be nice if they were like, you know what? You're right. You have sold a crap ton of these. And I'm not even finished. I haven't talked about my M7 yet. And I've had my M7 for long enough for me to feel comfortable about doing a review on it. It's coming. I know. That sounds terrible to think that. I don't know. You know? I don't know. I hate to say it. I just shared it with you guys. That's all. That's all. It would be nice. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get off another $1,000 or more. Or more. I don't quite love the deal that she offered just yet. I've got to get her down a bit. If I can get her down just a little bit more, she and I will be in business. What do you think my husband's going to say when I come in here with a whole nother machine, a duplicate machine? Is he going to, I wonder, I'm probably not even going to mention it. I don't think I'm going to mention that machine. I think we'll just see if he ever notices. You guys think he'll notice? He'll probably notice. Unplug the foot on the January 18 legend. That's cute. That's really cute. Becky, I bet he loves that. Teresa, you know, I thought about that, about becoming a brand ambassador, right? But with being a brand ambassador, I feel like you have requirements. And just trying to run this channel, believe it or not, is a lot. And so I don't know what they require. And I'm happy just to, you know, shout it from the rooftops that, hey, Valerie, did I miss you? I'm sorry, because I'm just over here just talking. I'm happy just to shoot, you know, yell their name from the rooftops without having stipulations put on me. And I don't know that the stipulations are outside of what I can do. They might be perfect. I mean, shoot, I sew something every day on their stuff. So what more could they ask, right? You're probably right. Maybe I should look into being an ambassador and just say, look, I'm in. But I get a little concerned when people start being an ambassador for people and they're like, hey, you can only show you using this. Now I have Janome everyday machines, but my embroidery machine, which is brand new, which I haven't really talked about, is the brother machine, which I love. But Becky, you're right, it wouldn't hurt to ask. We'll see. I don't know even how to approach that without sounding like a little spoiled. I want you to give me a machine for free. A little spoiled YouTuber. Valerie, you're not late. You know, I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. It was just, I didn't do a video. I didn't put out one about a quilter today. And I was like, ooh, because my husband and I were running around, hanging out together today, which was fun. And I was like, I'll go live when I get home before I go to the meeting. And I'm thinking about going to the meeting virtually so that I can keep going, because we have found out that every 30 minutes I complete one. And we're on what, 13? We're on the last one right now, which means I've done another one in 30 minutes. So I'm going to do one more. And then if I'm going to go to this meeting, then I better actually go. Fun things about our meeting is that it's held at that new store that I showed everybody, Sewing Art Center. And when you are a member of the guild, after the meeting, you get a discount on fabric. And that warms my heart. Actually, you get a discount on anything. Becky, I don't think it's going to sting either, especially since I promise I'm going to help them sell more. I promise that I am going to do a good video that says, hey, I bought another one. Could you imagine if I showed up with another identical machine? You guys would be like, what? What? Hey. All right. All right, let's see here. So tell me, you guys watch my videos, you guys hang out with me. What do you guys want to see more of since I have you here? We have done our first quarter of the year, and we are looking at the numbers and trying to figure out what people like and what you guys want to see more of. I'm loving everything. I think the channel just needs time to grow. This is not, apparently, I'm not going to be one of those channels that just blows up overnight. It looks like I love around here. And I'm okay with growing organically. That's not a big deal. But I do want to know what you guys like, what you guys want to see more of. So for this quarter, we changed it up a little bit. On Mondays, we have a showcase of a quilter. And I like those. It's not super popular, but I think they need to be done. And the reason why is because we don't get a chance to celebrate, you know, Jackie, who's a teacher who can quilt her butt off. We only talk about the quiltresses usually, you know, and there are some quilts at these shows that are excellent. And they're at the smaller shows. They're at the guild shows and things like that. And I love bringing that to people. I think those should be showcased too. So even if you guys aren't watching, then I think I'm still going to have to do that. I think I'm still going to have to do it because it feels like the right thing to do. Wednesdays are super fun. And that's my Notions for Notion series. When I talk about a notion, and guys, I'm telling you, your girl knows notions. She might not know anything else about a quilt, but notions, stuff, tools, yeah, it's kind of my thing. If you trust me, I will not steer you wrong. And then on Fridays, I try to give you guys a quilt or a project, an actual project. And I liked it. This was a good quarter. My numbers went up. I just hit 14,000 subscribers the other day. And I can see that this channel is still growing. So tell me what else you guys want to see, or tell me if you guys have any ideas about something you might want me to incorporate before I go into this meeting about the channel with my peoples. What is happening here? Oh, it's a lot of conversation. I've been missing stuff. The brother CS600. Ooh, gifted you with a brand new Janome. Best friend ever. Fabric types. Did we talk about fabric types? Oh, the fabric, the brands, right? The what did we did? We said the word. I wrote it down somewhere. It's gonna happen. The we talked about I think we talked about like who has what. I think we talked about designers. I think it was a designer conversation. Frank got tired of you whining. Best friend ever. Okay, so you like the live shows. Good. We have a few more of those planned for sure. My signature nails are off. That's because I have an owie and I refuse to walk around with one nail. I just can't do it. One nail off is, I can't be that person. And it has been like this since December. And my owie is not great. But the doctor just gave me 2 shots in my finger that should help so that we can expedite this process because I can't live like this, guys. My nails are a thing. Although I've been a lot more tolerable for a lot of people because most people hate my nails. So good for those people. They will be back at some point. We're hoping by July. But for now, the people who hate my nails can enjoy this. The designers, Becky, for sure. I'll do the designers. I think that's an important one too, because I remember just not knowing who are my people. I just remember not knowing where to find good fabric or what I think good fabric is. And I like the fact that I think that good fabric is all different kinds of fabric. I'll show you guys where to go get your French General. Your super traditional. I like it too. I mean, if you were to cut open my brain, you would see Tula Pink, but outside of that, every now and then your girl likes to work in a little boho or something super traditional. You'll see. I've got some stuff coming. You want me to hold my hands up in the nails? There's a woman who I used to watch who was a paper crafter, and she would get so many comments on her nails. Her nails were very beautiful. They were just classic nails, but she would have a different nail polish color on every time she did a video. And she got to the point where she would have to tell the color because it would just, so many questions would come in about what color nail polish she was wearing. And I do get a lot of comments about my nails. Sometimes they're not so nice, but I get it. When you walk around with talons on, you know, some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. My mother is definitely one of those people who never has loved that about me. Not her favorite thing about me. The older I get, the more tolerant she grows, but it has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. It's the one thing I never did that she told me to do. Cut your nails. That was the only issue I really gave her, guys. So I think she's all right. I think she'll be okay. Teresa, okay, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel so good that people are actually looking up the people that I'm talking about, because sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're a one-hit wonder. I can't find anything else, but hey, a good quilt is a good quilt is a good quilt. And I like to see them and talk about them. I get so excited when I see a good quilt. I would really like to do the math to figure out how long it's going to take me to paper piece all of these. Each one takes me 30 minutes. Am I really going to do this math right now while I'm trying to think and sew and see? It would be in this moment that I sew through my finger, trying to use too many parts of my brain at one time. I think it's going to be 6 hours though. 6 hours to complete each pillow, or to piece each pillow. Well, it sounds like you guys are kind of happy with the way things are. So I guess we'll just keep trucking. We will just keep trucking along, and we'll see what the numbers look like in another quarter. You could also use school glue. I should get some of that too. I don't know why, because this works fine for me, but they say you can use a school glue too. Becky, this is the first time you sat down all day. Does it not show you the notifications for me when I go live? I'm thinking I might try to just start going live on Mondays around this time, around 2, 3, and just hang out with you guys for a bit. Valerie, why do you feel like your choices are off? Who said they're off? Why do you feel like that? You know, one of the things people don't tell you is that when you're using a color wheel, 5, 6, 7, 8, just to pull a green and a red doesn't mean that green and red is the right value, the right tone. It's gotta be, well, you've got to like it too. You know, a lot of that is just sometimes you just simply don't like what what you come up with. I don't love reds and greens together. I mean, I do for the holiday season, but it's got to be the right green. And oh my, don't even get me started on purple and yellows. And people swear up and down if it sits on the opposite side of the color wheel, it's supposed to go together. The heck it does. Yellow and purple is not pretty together to me. I've done some yellow and purple things. I know I can make it. I can force it. But really, maybe not the color wheel. Maybe look at your clothes. Maybe look at your house and see the kinds of colors that you like there. Because when you say it seems way off, you're choosing it. You get to pick it. So I just want you to pick something that you like. What am I doing here? What's happening? We're 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Who told you your color stuff was off? But mixing patterns, man, I love to mix patterns. And the first part is you can't be scared. Don't be scared. And don't be afraid to take your time. Sometimes it takes a while in a fabric store to just kind of hang out with it. Look at it, see if you like it, buy a little bit of it, see if you like it. Don't feel like you got to do it in a hurry. I find people go into quilt stores in a hurry when they are doing a pull. And I'm like, don't be in a hurry when you're doing a pull. Take your time, breathe, hang out a bit. Test everything in the store. I should show you guys I should show you guys a live of me in a quilt store pulling. Because when I show you, it's a quick like, oh, here's my fabric pool. But I actually chill with the fabrics for a bit. I will walk around that store. I will put it in the basket. I will walk, to the end of the store where the really weird stuff is that makes no sense and just look at it with it and be like, huh. You don't get edgy combinations by staying safe. If I am in a section of plaids, maybe I'm going to walk over to the polka dot just to see what would happen. Not because I'm going to actually use it. Just test it. Don't be in a hurry either. Don't be in a hurry. That's another tip. People try to do stuff too fast. And if your friends rush you, you leave them at home. I do not like shopping with friends when I am. It takes a very special type of person to come with me to a quilt store. I don't do my best pulls when there are other people around. Go by yourself. People are all in your business. Is that how much you pay for fabric? Why are you putting that color with that color? That might be why you think something was off, because somebody might have told you it was off. I have a good friend who is an absolute artist, and she's amazing. I showed her my color pull, and she was like, why would you do that? She's like, why would you? She's like, I don't understand what you're doing. I know. Had I listened to her, we would not have the world's coolest 3-yard quilt right now. So I'm hoping that there's some tips and tricks in there that sound useful to you. Another thing is, if you just want to stay safe because you do need to do something fast, or you're just not comfortable, stay within a line of fabrics. And I mean, you can stay within a designer if you'd like to go safe and you're new to this and you're just not comfortable, because I know that doesn't come easy for everybody. I just happen to like that part of it, but I'm me. So you can always stay within a designer. And what I mean by that is, if you like Kaffe, all of Kaffe's stuff is probably going to go with Kaffe. You're probably not going to go wrong. All of Kaffe's stuff will go with Kaffe. When you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you can take a little Kaffe and then mix it with a little Anna Maria Horner. Both are still free spirit, so the colors will probably be the same because they're being manufactured out of the same places for the most part. You'll notice that free spirit fabrics usually will kind of go with free spirit fabrics to some degree. And then when you're ready to get loose, go ahead and start jumping across those brands, which is what I did with that quilt. Actually, I didn't jump. Actually, no, I didn't. I stayed to free spirit and then I jumped outside. But don't be scared. Like, some stuff is going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit edgier and people aren't always going to get it. But if you like it, you like it. I was looking at that quilt while I was doing it thinking, this is very strange. But then the more I looked at it, the more it just makes me smile, guys. Because it really is kind of a reflection of the type of quilting that I want to do and the type of quilter that I want to be, which is one that encourages you guys to step outside of the color box, outside of the shape box, and try something different. Try something weird. Keep it funky. Make it edgy. Or make it super plain. I get inspired by that too. Just make stuff. What's up, Paula? Yeah, I'm out here paper piecing. I've been paper piecing for a while. This is my last one before I got to get out of here and go to the guild meeting. Valerie, I hope that helped. I know that was a lot. I know I went on a whole spiel. Ooh, Valerie, my closet is full of black too. Good, Valerie, good. So you don't feel like you're rushed. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate that. I do think I'm starting to embrace my unique eye a little bit more. And realizing that it's kind of something, that's kind of a gift, I guess, and stepping into that a little bit more. Valerie, blues and whites, blues and whites go together, and we know that you like it because it's in your closet. You wear it. So maybe you could try shades of blue, shades of black, shades of blue and black together, pops of white. Could do a whole white quilt. I've seen them. I don't always love them though, but they're out there. I've seen them. I do like an all black quilt, oddly enough. But you could do a lot with blues. Start with blues, I think. That sounds like fun. What are we doing here? We're only 11. Are we already on 11? Yeah, because it's 10 minutes. 11 is a light. And it is the... Boy, we got to 11 fast. You can't ask me about color, because see what happens? Then I just get to talking and having fun, talking about the color and what people should do to pick the colors. And if you're using patterns, I hang out with a pattern. Like the other night, I told you guys I got obsessed with the So Kind of Wonderful pattern that they're releasing in May. I've been looking at that pattern for probably every day for about 5 days. I just can't stop looking at it. So yesterday I started to do the pull, and it was weird doing a pull from my bed because I decided I wanted to do it with a designer that's not in the that's not in stores near me. So what I did was I looked at the pattern and how they made it work, and I like where they put what color. So I like where they put a purple. I like where they put a pink. It's a floral design, and I'd like to kind of stay true to that floral, making it still look like a flower, not putting black as the petal, although we've met me and we've seen me do that before. So then I counted how many colors there were, excluding black. Then I decided how many patterns and how many solids. Then I decided I didn't want solids. So I was like, what's going to read as a solid but give me some motion in the ocean? So then from there, I decided, okay, I'm going to use 6 somewhat solids, something that kind of reads as a solid, and I'm going to use 6 prints. So then I went to look at the prints and said, now I need a caramel. What print reads as a caramel? And that's kind of how I broke it down, which probably sounds insane to you guys. And I realized that I needed to pull 18 colors. 5 of those needed to be neutrals. I was like, okay, I want this tone neutral, this tone neutral, this tone neutral. So I got like a gray tone neutral, a linen color neutral, a parchment color neutral. This is literally how I was pulling. I took a picture of the colors that I needed. And then I got in my notes section and I would write down the color that corresponds to that. And I'm staying within the same designer for this one. I think it deserves that. And that's kind of how I went about it. And then I felt like I didn't want to use a jet black. So then I took like an off black. I had a good time doing that pull. And I was jumping across the Hancock's of Paducah and Etsy trying to figure out who had what, because that was a pain in the bond. Oh my goodness, it was a pain. It was such a pain not to be able to just go to one store and patronize. It's going to be a bunch of different stores that I have to go to. I'm going to have to chase that fabric all around. So, but that's how I did it. I took a picture. I looked at it, thought about it for days. I've been looking at that for days, which is another reason why I know I need to do it, because I'm kind of obsessed with it. Yeah, blue. Start with blues. So many pretty blues. Blue pattern. Blue solid. Maybe if you're pulling a pattern and it has 5 colors in it, maybe choose 3 different blues, a light, a medium, a dark. Make one of them a pattern. That could be fun. Have fun with it. Blues are a great one to start with. But I think you might like it if you do it in a color that you already see in your home, in your closet. Like, I know you like blue. You like it. If you started with a red, that might be why you're like, ugh. This is not it. Do not be scared to change up people's patterns. Another one finished. 6:30 on the dot. Well, not exactly on the dot, but close, right? All right, guys, I have to go be great at this meeting and get on everybody's nerves because I always have something to show. Very excited about tonight. I can't wait to tell you guys about Christy Naranjo, the speaker. I'll tell you guys if I loved her. If I loved what she brought to us. All right, so now we have these 4. It's looking good. 30 minutes a piece, 2 hours. Yep, that's about what it took. I really wish I could keep going because every time I get cooking, seems like I got somewhere to go. I had to go to Disneyland. I had a Disneyland reservation the other night. Did I want to go to Disneyland? No. Did I stop? I did. At like 8 o'clock at night, ran to Disneyland, saw somewhat of the fireworks show, and was mad because I would have rather have finished. You guys want to see what the other blocks look like that have already been pieced? This is the other one. That will be these colors. Obviously, I have not, finished them yet. It doesn't look like much, but I promise you guys, this will be interesting. Because you guys have met me before. It'll be interesting when I'm done. We're shooting for pillows, something different, a different kind of pillow. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed my spiel and me doing all the things. Oh, Paula, you went to the you like the store up in Sacramento? I've got stores to show you guys from Florida. I'll have to look into editing that. All right, guys, I'm going to the guild meeting. And I will catch everybody on the next one unless somebody has a question real quick. Paul, I'm just seeing your comment about the last Moda incoming fabric. Okay. I haven't seen them. You have to find, we're going to do a video. I might do it live about who's got the dope patterns for what style. Because Moda is a vibe. It's such a vibe. And Kimberly is that vibe. And so I know she was probably turned up looking at that like, oh, this is amazing. Because that's her vibe. And there are people who like that vibe. So I'm going to show that too. But then, like, on the other hand, like, then there's like a Tim Holtz and a grunge, that I find a little bit more me. Although you never know, I might tiptoe into a Moda kind of mode. You never know. You never know. But, the fabrics are what they are. People like what they like. I get it. I totally get it. All right. I'm going to go hang out with some more quilters, and I will talk with you guys later. We will meet back maybe on Monday. I'm really enjoying these lives, and I love that you guys are showing up and hanging out with me. So we might do some more of these. I will catch everybody later. Bye-bye.